Hi guys, Neil Tappin here from Golf Monthly and welcome to the third video in a three-part series looking at strategy. So we've looked at how to play par 3s and par 4s, and I'm stood on the 5th tee here at West Hill. It's a 500-yard par 5, and Clive Tucker, one of the Golf Monthly top 25 coaches, is going to talk me through all the different things you need to think about when attacking a par 5. As always, the yardages we're getting are coming from Motorcaddy. Motorcaddy, with their new M5 Connect trolley, have a GPS unit built in. It works off an app as well. So we've got all the information we need to be able to map our way through this hole. If you're somebody that can make the odd strategic mistake on the golf course, stay tuned. Clive's tips might just be able to help you too. Okay, Clive, so 5th hole here, plays just under 500 yards,
right.
But there is some trouble to think about, isn't there, across the middle of the fairway. So it's not just 500 yards, grab a driver. That's probably about as far as my strategy would go. What would you be thinking looking at a hole like this?
Well, I don't know the hole, which is probably a good thing because I'm like to be a bit more cautious. I mean, I haven't played in a while, and it's a beautiful day and we haven't played any holes yet. So I'm a bit aware that I might duff it on the screen, so that's not so good. So I do know there's a cross fairway and there's some heather down there at about 250, I think.
Yeah.
I suspect, as the weather's as it is, it's so bouncy, and I'm not sure if it's slightly downhill. You've yet to tell me if I've got some run down there, but it's going to run. So I think if I pitch this about 200, 210, 215, it should finish short.
Okay, yeah.
So that means I'm not in any trouble. I've got a perfect lie on the fairway, and then I'll sort of assess the second shot from there. That's the way. I know you wanted to hit it onto a path, which is 6 feet wide.
Yeah, my usual
that's
tactic on this hole is to try and hit that little path, which not only is it only a few feet wide, you actually can't even see it from the tee. So it's not. I appreciate it's not a great tactic.
It's not a good plan.
No. So, Clive, you coach Graham McDowell. Can you give us an insight into how he sort of builds a strategy in this sort of scenario? He's getting to know a golf course. He's trying to come up with a plan for tournament week. How's he going about building a strategy?
Well, he's got one of the best caddies in the world in Ken Conboy, and between them, they just don't really make many mistakes. Ken's just like a ready reckoner of these sorts of things. So he's looking at 250. He's really thinking 220. And then he's thinking, okay, how far is the ball going to run?
Right, so he's thinking 220 because he knows you can't hit it more than 250,
right? He doesn't want to hit it 250, he wants to hit it 220, 225 maximum, maybe 230. Then he's going to take into account how much roll there is. So he might think, okay, I need to pitch this 190 because we know it's going to run 60. So there's some, as we chat about, and we've chatted already about the 3s and the 4s, and there are a number of numbers you need to know. The landing area and how far is it going to run out to where you want it to finish.
Right, okay.
So when we talk about the greens, we have talked about those. Think about pin positions in relation to the front of the green and the back of the green, and where the trouble is or where the miss is. Yeah. So there's a bit more detail, but it's going to save you tons of shots.
Okay, so thankfully it's quite a wide open fairway.
Yeah, I like that.
You've got
forward.
You've given me a 4 iron.
Yeah, you're longer than me.
Right, let's give it a go.
Okay, good lad. Play well.
Play well.
And we've got some mulligans, you said, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm liking that. I'm liking the mulligans. So I'm just kind of going to go straight, or that's the theory. Hit it in the widest part of the fairway, if possible. Got my mark. Oh, there's a thin it to win it, but actually that'll be fine.
That's taken a huge bounce. That's taken a huge bounce.
Skinny but good.
Yeah. Yeah, that spent more time in the air after it bounced.
I've built a career on lucky rather than good.
So you said to me you've got your mark.
Yeah.
What was your mark?
It was kind of poking out tree right on the horizon, like a little round tree there, right in the middle of the V, as it were, the trees. Yeah. Looks pretty central.
Yeah. I've pushed it, but...
Well, because, if you're aiming in the middle, you've simply got a bigger margin for error, Neil. So, if you're aiming up the right, thinking I'll draw it, then you push it in the trees, it's not a good strategy. Aim for the big part.
Well, we're on the fairway. Let's go and see what we've got to the green. Okay, Clive, you have 295 to the middle, which is quite a long way. And there's a bunker up the left that's 232.
Yeah.
What's the strategy for you here?
The strategy is to try and leave myself a yardage that I like. I've got a comfortable. Let's say my half pitching wedge flies 100. So I'm going to try and hit this, leave myself a shot that gives me about 100 or slightly less to the middle of the green.
Right, okay.
So I've just had a quick peek over the hill. It does run down away from us and a little bit to the left. So I can hit it up the right. I'm trying to hit this about 190.
So hitting it 190, what does that mean?
Like
you want it to finish 190?
I want to finish about 190. So I think if I pitch about 180, it'll be fine.
Okay, so what club have you got?
5-iron.
Okay, go for it.
And also I've got a line on the trees that should work itself a little bit left. Oh, there she goes.
There she goes.
So that's, from my perspective, that looks exactly as I would have pictured the shot flighting.
Okay.
So it'd be interesting if it finishes somewhere between 80 and 100 from the middle of the green.
We'll find out how well you know your yardages.
Okay, check it out.
Yeah, I hope you're not in a divot. Okay, so the yardage to the middle of the green, the trolley is telling me, is 258 yards. And it's downhill, there's no wind, it's very bouncy. Clive, I reckon I can get there.
Yeah.
And if this was me, normal, medal round, not medal round, stable for whatever it is, I'm going for it.
Excellent.
You're going to try and talk me out of it, I
Well,
presume.
not necessarily. No, I mean, okay, look. So you've got a possible eagle chance, really. We don't get many of those. I mean, is it in range? Yes, it is, because you hit the ball a long way. That's great. 253 front edge. The question I'm asking, how are you going to get it there? That's the question.
Well, there's 2 bunkers short.
Yep.
So I'm kind of flying it.
Well, the left-hand one doesn't matter.
No.
Because if you hit it in the left-hand one, it wasn't going to hit the green, so just forget that. Now, the right-hand one, you need to know what it is to carry it. So you've obviously done that, so you can tell me how far it is to carry it. No, you haven't.
Caller. I can tell you that to carry that bunker the bunker's 215.
To carry?
So to carry it is
225.
Let's say 220.
Okay. So you've got a tight line on the fairway, nothing wrong with that, because you're a good ball striker. What club are you going to use to carry it to, or to take that out of play? You could say, right, I'm really, really accurate with my 4-iron because I can pitch it 200 and it will run 50 because it is downhill, and it might. As long as you miss the trap, that's cool. It looks like a deep trap. So if you actually went in it, it might be tricky to hit the green from 50 yards. I don't know, haven't seen it. Shallow traps is a different strategy.
Oh no, you're confusing me.
Well, no, if it's a shallow trap, it's not too much of an obstacle. If it's a deep trap, that's a possible drop shot. So you've got to take that into account. So I'd say, right, you've got to pitch it. I'm really liking the 4-iron and brush of wind there. Feel it? Just a little bit of puff now because it's come up. So maybe it's another half.
Because you've been talking so long.
So if you carry the trap 225, what club would you need to carry the trap 225? What's a good club for you?
Would be 3-iron.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you're happy with 3-iron, give it a go. If it's a risk reward. If it comes off, thanks for it's going to look great, isn't it? If it doesn't come off...
So if I hit 4... See, what I'd be tempted to do would be to hit the 4-iron, which obviously brings that bunker into play.
Correct.
But from this angle, if I hit it straight at that trap, sure, it's going to bounce left of it. So that's kind of a good place to
Hateful, mate. Honestly, that's hateful. Right. Number one, you never ever hit a shot where a straight one's going to get you in trouble, because just when you don't want it to go straight, of course it's going to.
Okay.
Right. So if you hit it to the left of the trap, let's say we've warmed up. I know we haven't. Let's say you can only hit a 5-yard draw. Then if you aim a little left of the trap, sometimes they're going to go straight though. But if you haven't got the right shot in you, if it never goes right or leaks right or pushes right,
it does.
Okay, right. So let's say we go 5 yards left of the trap. If you hit it beautifully and it goes dead straight, you're very unlikely to get a bounce up the hill into the trap.
Yeah.
So yes, it should kick forward and left. But if you aimed at it, hoping it's going to turn away from it, it doesn't. And you're not going to feel great in there.
Yeah.
In a bad line. It's got heather in it as well. So that should be avoided. I think if you've got the baby draw in you and you're happy with a 4-iron, I'd go with it. So and that could hit the green. And you've hit. Oh, the other thing is you hit a really nice 4-iron off the tee. So in your head, you've semi-prepared for that pretending. If you did like I did, like chunked it along the floor with the 4 wood, hit it really thin, I wouldn't feel comfortable in another one.
Right.
You know, I'd have to try and regroup and feel.
That's a good point.
Feel how am I going to improve what I've just done there? You know.
Yeah.
So
all right, let's go with the 4-iron then.
go for it.
You've
But take a good
but
line.
don't aim at the bunker.
I wouldn't.
Do not aim at the bunker.
That's not a good strategy.
Okay, good. That's what you're here for.
So I'd say somewhere between the trap and the flag is a good start line.
Okay, fine. So right edge of the green, there's
Yep.
a bit of, like a little bit of gorsey stuff up there.
Yeah.
Left of the bunker.
Yeah.
Okay, come on.
Oh, okay. So there's you've got the push in you. We just need a bit of good luck. Oh, it's bounced towards the trap. We'll see.
Where did it go?
It pitched. It was to the right of the bunker. It's a bit of a push.
Oh yeah.
And then it did break left. So it looked like it was moving towards the trap. Sadly for you.
So it's going to be in the bunker.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. It could be shorter, innit?
Right, we shall see. Okay, so Clive's hit his ball up here and it's saying that he's got 85 to the middle.
Yep.
70 front, 101 back.
Yep.
That's pretty much what you were,
Hoping.
annoyingly, that's not what you were trying to do. So okay, just a brief hiatus from talking about strategy.
Yep.
Talk to me about pitching technique.
Okay, right.
So this scenario
Yep.
here,
Yep.
tight lie,
Yeah.
you've got a great chance of making a good score. This is the sort of place that so many amateurs make complete balls up
Right.
from.
Mm-hmm.
What's the key?
The key is knowing how far. You know, the secret to golf is knowing what it's going to do when you hit it. So in terms of it goes straight or draws or fades, and how far it carries.
Right.
So the reason I've tried to leave between 80 and 100 is because it's our first hole. Just got off an aeroplane, so I'm a bit tired. So I want to try and play my way into it a little bit and not look so silly. So if I'd rather hit an easy shot.
Right.
So
okay.
let's say my half gap wedge, I can pitch at 80. My half pitching wedge will pitch at 100. So I'm trying to leave myself those marks to leave myself a comfortable shot.
Yeah.
So it's a half swing, is easy for me to control in theory, easy to get the right speed going. So
Okay.
that's why I'm trying to leave myself a distance. And most amateurs don't really know the distances.
Right.
So without that, that's a bit of a lottery, isn't it? So I'm trying to leave myself a predictable distance.
And that half swing, slower swing makes the strike easier, does it?
It is. It's just easy for me to do it. Yeah. I mean, tight lies. You know, for a good ball striker, not so I am one by the way, but good ball striking, tight lies, you get more spin, so it stops faster. So the green looks green, which is lovely. So they've obviously, they could be soft. I'm not so sure, but they don't look like they're bouncy. So if I'm pitching this 80 and it's an 85-yard shot, I'd be happy with 15 feet.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Go on then.
All right.
Hit it to 15 feet.
Right, there we go. Pick my mark. It looks as if, I don't think it's going to move much if it does stop. Maybe a hair right, possibly. So it's half back, nice finish. Should be about right. Oh, tugged it. But if I've got the yardage right, a bit long.
That's all right. Spun.
That's okay. Yeah, spun.
Putting up the hill.
Yep.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Okay. So I've made.
Well, you were a little bit unlucky because decided to hit the 4-iron, hoping that it would miss the trap. You haven't warmed up, and you're not a full-time player, but you can hit the ball beautifully because you're strong and you're low handicap, a category 1 almost, aren't you? 5? So you can play golf. So we thought, okay, let's aim just a little bit left of the trap, the 4-iron. If it goes dead straight, it's perfect because it won't hit the trap. If it turns or draws a little bit, then you're perfect there. It's possible that I wouldn't have made it because I didn't realise that the sort of 30-yard apron is watered, so maybe that wouldn't have run there. However, so sadly hit a push. Then it did draw left, as it broke left and bounced left off the slope, which we anticipated it would do. When sadly it's rolled into the trap. So you got a bit of a predicament.
I'm in trouble here now.
Sort of trouble, yes, you are.
Well, yeah.
But if you got 50 yards to the pin, but you've only got 35 to the front of the green. Now I'm looking at that. I bet you're looking at that and say, okay, what club do I need to hit to the pin? I'd be looking at that and playing it 10 yards left of the pin because literally the shape of the lip of the bunker is deep. I've got more room if I go
left.
So I've got a tiny bit more margin for error. So I'm only trying to hit this 35 yards through, or actually I'm not, you are, so good luck. So you're only trying to hit 35 yards and let it run on the green, then 2-putt, go to the next tee, let's think about the next shot. But that's what I'll be trying to do.
And what shot are you hitting from here?
Here I'd be hitting my 58-degree sand wedge, try and hit it fairly firm, because I won't hit that more than 40 yards if I hit it flat out.
Right.
I don't mean thin flat out, I mean
not thin,
properly
proper
struck.
bunker shot.
Proper bunker shot, full swing,
But-
pitch at about 40 yards for me.
But don't thin it.
I wouldn't. I try not to.
Right, okay.
Well, in current form I might thin it actually.
Good advice there. Don't thin it.
Don't thin it. Aim left, halfway between the pin and the green. So you've just got a bit more margin for error there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Give it a
Good.
go.
Good. Oh, it's quite steep, this lip, actually.
Well, it is. Yeah, we thought about that going in.
You
We
did.
chatted about shallow and steep bunkers, but that it's a risk. It's a risk reward.
Right. I'm aiming at your ball.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, that's it. 5 yards left. Oh, good. Now that's interesting because you pushed it, and that's lovely. Well played. Great shot. Top man. Good.
A shock to all of us. Right, Clive, so certainly one of the biggest issues in my game, and anyone who has played golf with me will know putting is not my forte, and I'm sure that part of that is because I'm not a very good green reader.
Right. Yeah.
What are you doing, so what have you done in the build-up to stepping foot here,
Right.
and what are you doing now to get the best read that you can?
Well, you can read the greens or get a pretty good idea of the greens just walking, as you walk onto it. So from 20, 30 yards, it was very obvious as we were walking down the fairway that the green was breaking quite steep from our right to left. So I hit it at the pin. Okay, it's spun left, but I've got an uphill putt. So in theory, and this is quite a slopey green actually,
Yeah.
I'd much rather be, it's food for thought, I'd much rather be 20 feet below a hole on a fast green than 10 feet or 8 feet above it.
Right, okay.
Because I can be positive with this and give myself a chance of not leaving it 6 feet past it. That wouldn't be ideal. So in terms of reading the green, okay, it's uphill, but what I did on the way around was I looked at what's known as the fall line or the zero line.
Right.
If we can follow me, it's going to be somewhere. What I'm looking for is straight putt,
Right,
which I think is probably here-ish.
okay.
So that means everything on this green, wherever it is, wherever I am, wants to fall to this line.
Right, so if I'm over here, it's coming back that way.
Correct.
And from your right, it's going...
Exactly. So as you mentioned earlier, we were chatting about it in the car park when we were talking. The thing is, this is a very obvious slope right to left as you walk onto it. So mine is very obviously uphill and left to right. On the subtle ones, if you're not sure, if you can get the zero line, and it'll take some time to get comfortable with it, you can read greens beautifully.
Right, okay.
As good as anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But this particular part, okay, so the break is, there's a significant break to it. But actually, this one's more about speed than it's that line anyway, right?
Putting is speed, period. Right. Everything's about the speed in putting. Line, yes, but speed is absolutely critical.
So what are you doing to get the speed?
Well, I'm going to make some practice strokes, looking at the hole, trying to get a feel for it. We don't know it, other than it's a good-looking green. The course looks beautiful. So let's see. Get myself set up, nice and comfortable balance. Looking at the cup, I'm just going to try and make a couple of strokes. That feels about right. And I've got the line on the ball, maybe 18 inches, 2 feet left, and I'm just going to try to repeat the feel. Felt about okay. Okay, so I've left myself just under the hole. Hopefully that's a tap-in 5.
That didn't break.
It didn't do much. It moved 6 to 8 inches.
Yeah. I'll have to give you that.
Top man.
That's a 5.
Yeah.
I can just see what's going to happen here.
We know yours looks a bit quick.
Talk me through what I've got here. It's quick and it's got a bit of break on it,
It's
right?
got a big break on it. So the zero line, fall line's about here. Now mostly, if you're at 90 degrees to that line, that's you're going to get maximum break.
Yeah.
If you were just here, that's less break and up and hit it firm. So you've left yourself actually the trickiest part on the
I'd
green.
have been better off being here.
Oh, I would much rather be 20 feet, as I said earlier, I'd much rather be 20 feet below a hole than 6 feet above it on a very fast green. Go, good luck.
You're not filling me with confidence. So obviously the ball is going to break more on faster greens.
Yes.
Right. So this is going to break quite a bit.
Yeah.
What do you advise the players that you work with
Yeah.
about routines and about the process of short putting.
Right. This is quite slopey.
Yeah.
So let's say we do a drill with 11 balls. So what we got as we find the 0 line or the straight uphill part, let's call that 6 o'clock. And we might put a ball that's 5 o'clock and then 4 and 3. So 3 is at right angles to the 4 line.
Right, okay.
12 is straight down the 4 line.
Yeah. One
thing to say here is, because you're looking straight down the line, it mightn't be dead straight from up there, but it'll be close.
Right, okay.
So then you got 11 round to. So they're on a slopey green like this. The guys or the girls, they're trying to get a feel for that within their natural pace and the speed they like to hold the ball on, how much break is there. So they're just getting a feel. This looks like a 3% green. This is quite slopey.
Yeah.
So this is going to break a lot. Now on a tiny breaking green, 1%, that's not going to move much at all. But so you'd build confidence in holding out on slopey greens by doing that drill.
Okay.
That's pretty much it.
Right, well I'm going to hit this at pretty much not far off dead weight.
Okay.
So where should I be starting?
I'd probably be looking at 2 cups right.
Okay.
Probably here. That's how I'd start it. Now McDowell, by the way, is an entry point putter. David Howe, I think, is a line putter. Graham's more. So Graham, for example, for him, the centre of the cup actually might be there. So he's going to try and get a feel for how he's going to enter that. So he just gets a basic feel for the shape.
Right, okay.
And he reacts to the shape.
So he's not picking a line, he's just sort of feeling a shape.
Really, or let's say it's there. So let's say that's his entry point there. He might just want to, he can see it going in over that line.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so he kind of reacts to it.
Whereas David Howell is picking a straight.
And then he'd work it off that, he'd come off that line.
Right, okay.
Yeah, that's how he does it.
Okay, but I'm aiming further right than I thought I would have done actually.
Right,
but...
I mean it's pretty slopey. And I don't think that's very slope. That's a quick putt there, be careful.
God dear.
Well, you're a bit of a risk taker, aren't you? If you bash this and it hits the top lip, you're back down where I was.
I said I was going to hit it at dead weight.
Oh, very good try. Well, you can have that. Well, considering how you played it, you walked off with a 5, nearly made 4.
Honourable half.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, please do post them below. Hit the like button. We'll get Clive on. If you've got any questions about formulating your own strategy, we'll try and get Clive on to answer as many as we can. We hope you found that useful.
Good. Thank you.